video is so crazy. I didn't mean to. I started recording.
Oh.
For anyone wondering,
On the dog.
I recorded a video of my dog. I was recording him.
And then
I accidentally dropped my phone on him.
the dog was fuming.
I'll make a little GIF of it and I'll put it in the video. Anyways, welcome back to the Vampy Wampy Campy Podcast, where we vamp and you camp. So pitch your tent and get ready to listen. I'm Steff Vampy.
I'm Shay Wampy.
And I'm Sal Bampy.
Along to our part.
I wasn't, but yeah.
It looked like you were mouthing along to
I was just breathing.
Okay.
She's the girl.
I was just breathing.
Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, I'm Sal Bampy.
Today we're reviewing Season 2, Episode 8, Hottie Ho-Tep, which is an absolute banger in my opinion.
Yeah, it's slightly,
It's quickly paced.
yeah,
It's very
very
fast-paced.
it's very fast.
Erica's only in like one scene and then she disappears.
Yeah.
Sadly.
She's
we like her though.
Oh, is it 2 scenes?
Yeah, like 2
Yeah.
scenes. But
Like
it's
a
not
scene
a lot.
and a half.
Not a lot of time. She's not as involved.
She hit her
sorry.
quota last episode.
Yeah,
she
she
went
hit
like over it.
She was in too much of the episode last time. Yeah, exactly. So what do we think of this episode?
I thought it was cool.
I liked it.
It was fun.
None of those characters were Egyptian when they were supposed to be.
No, not a single.
That's the
They
elephant
should've
in the
brought-
room
Yeah.
today.
They should have brought Rami Malek back.
The only Egyptian actor to
Yeah, the
exist.
only-
That's the only one I know.
Well, yeah, because exactly. Like there's not a lot of Egyptian representation, y'all.
He already
More.
played an ancient Egyptian one.
I was gonna say, is he Canadian? Because that would have been even more incentive. No, he was in Twilight at this time.
Yeah.
He was too busy being in Twilight.
Yeah, no, I think he's American.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I don't know his nationality.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Egyptian American. Yeah.
Okay. So he's
Yeah.
from America. Okay.
Mhm.
So never mind then.
Anyways.
Disregard the Canadian statement. He has a twin
Yeah.
Really?
who's
Yeah.
not an actor though, so
Oh.
that doesn't matter at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I
He's-
mentioned it.
He's told stories about his twin before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
I
I like this episode a lot.
Yeah.
Mainly
fun.
because it is my Seraphim Ethera moment to
Yes.
shine. I
Like,
love it
he's
quite a lot.
fighting so hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this episode is super Seraphim, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know which ones people like more. I like Seraphim more than Ethera, personally.
I do
yeah,
too.
Seraphim.
But sometimes I'll say Ethera, because, it is
Yeah.
more memorable. It is easier to remember Seraphim, because we already have Serica.
Yeah.
So, but, I don't like Ethera as much.
Yeah,
it's
But
like,
it's
like
more
harder to
memorable.
say.
Yeah, but it's more memorable, so, like,
Yeah.
I'm torn.
I like this episode a lot, besides
It's
Elephant in the Room I've already discussed.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no
Can I
Egyptian
just say,
actors.
why-
They had ambiguous
Yeah.
guy. They had a white man and like an Indian guy.
Yeah, not a lot of good
No.
casting
I'm
choices.
just like, can I just say, why is the teacher in the 2 racially insensitive episodes?
No.
Oh no, because
That's what I
he's the
noticed.
history teacher, and they
No.
just keep messing up when it comes to that history wise. Yeah.
Because like the whole time like we were watching the episode, in my head I was like, is this allowed?
Is that allowed?
yeah, it's
It's not as bad
no,
as
I
the
don't-
other one.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I wouldn't-
I don't know. I don't know
especially
much about Egyptian.
as far as I'm
culture.
understand. Yeah, I was gonna say because like I don't know much either, but as
Yeah.
far as I understand, a lot of like modern day Egyptian people are like, I'm not really offended
Yeah.
by like mummies and like
Yeah.
all that stuff because and like hieroglyphs because that was like literally like millions of years
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
old. Like I'm not
Thousands.
really like doesn't really represent what Egypt is now, so it's just
Yeah.
kind of like not.
It's just like
It's not.
kind of
Yeah, it would be kind of like it's like not offensive.
yeah.
It's not offensive to like have a bunch of people dress up as like well maybe it is.
A caricature of ancient Egyptian.
Yeah, I don't think I guess what I'm trying to say is that like people dressing up in like old like old wear, you know, like
old wear.
historically accurate stuff
Yeah.
people don't really find offense to that, because you're not really appropriating people's culture in the modern day, and clearly it's all in good fun.
Yeah, it's clear. I think it's like with this one, it's clear like the focus is ancient Egypt, not what.
Because the only real Egyptian people, supposed to be Egyptian people, we get are from literally like from millions of years ago. Yeah. So it's not as bad. Yeah, but you know,
it's not as glaring.
I understand that there is another racially
questionable.
I wouldn't say insensitive. I would say questionable topic of race in this episode.
Yeah.
But I do like that they brought a mummy.
Yeah.
I like mummies.
I do like
as
mummies.
like little movie monsters,
as
you
like
know.
Your Clear.
Oh yeah. Like, example is Clear, is Cleo Denial from Monster High. Yes. I was actually gonna say, because I remember thinking it was weird that Hottie had a rags hanging from his pants.
What was his actual name? Is it?
It was Hottie Ho-Tep. Was what they said they called him. He's like, they said his name is Hottie Ho-Tep, but I like to call him Hottie for short. Oh. I don't know if that's Egyptian at all. I'm assuming it's not. They just wanted to make that joke. And then they named the episode that. Yeah. So, you know, good job there, guys. But
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I was like, why does he still have the rag on? But I know this from Monster High, so I don't know how like true to Egyptian like mummies this is, mummy lore, because I actually don't know much about mummy lore, if I'm being completely honest with you. Yeah. They're an underrepresented, you know. We got Brendan Fraser mummy movie, but that's
I was not in like, you know, I was not one of those kids who got into Egypt stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think vampires and like Frankenstein and like zombies take over like the movie monster genre more than mummies do, and I feel like mummies deserve more rep. So I appreciate the mummy episode, and the fact that they twisted it into like a sort of like love story one is kind of cool. They turned him into a human. They got rid of the whole mummy aspect, like him looking like a mummy, very quick. I wonder if that actor actually played the mummy, or they just had like a stunt actor.
They probably had a stunt actor.
Yeah, maybe.
I do think it was very funny when the mummy just followed them home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that was quick.
I know,
school. Yeah, they were just ditching school. And they didn't make it clear how long they were supposed to stay at the museum, though, because the teacher was just like, just feel free to stay as long as you want, and then all of them just leave because they're like, boo, lame museum.
But like you mentioned, that the 4 of them stayed behind is a good way to differentiate
them.
show
them that they're like kind of weirdos, you know? Yeah. It's really cool. Also, Erica isn't there just for no reason. Yeah. She could have been there. And I think you're like, if you're saying, well, it's because she's a senior. It's like, well, Sarah's a senior.
Maybe Sarah was just like a TA for that class or something.
Yeah, or maybe it was like a school-wide thing and Erica just didn't show up, because that's very like her to just not go. She's like, I don't want to go. But Sarah actually cares about her education.
Yeah, she's trying again.
Yeah. I like that this whole problem is started because Benny stole this guy's pancreas.
I know.
Yeah.
it gave me season 1 energy of him just being a menace.
It still in the jar?
That's what I'm saying. Is that how?
And I'm guessing it was wet in that jar.
Yeah, because it was like flopping.
Oh yeah.
Because if it wasn't, the organ just wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I understand the preservation way of like preserving. They preserved it in a certain way that like it actually can.
But why is it so like accessible for people to go?
That's what I'm saying. He could just he just grabbed the jar and opened it, and it was just in there. Like that
could not happen here.
Those as what's it called? What Ethan called it, ancient Supperware, because I guess you can't say Tupperware. It's copyrighted.
Yes, Tupperware is a brand.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. People just call any kind of like food container Tupperware, but it's a brand. It's a brand from like the 70s. I don't think they even exist anymore.
Okay. Yeah, wasn't Tupperware an MLM?
I think it was. It was like Avon and like not technically an MLM, but like MLM adjacent.
It was like one of those ones where they went around selling you Tupperware.
Yeah, door-to-door salesman people. Yeah, and like there's some other ones. There's Avon and such. I can't think of any other besides Avon. Yeah, but
anyway.
I appreciate that all of this could have been solved if Benny just wasn't such a nuisance person.
Yeah.
He wasn't just...
The problem literally wouldn't exist if he...
It's like, it gave me season 1 energy, you know? Because I feel like Benny had been a less, I don't want to say stupid, but less, like, selfish, you know? And this was, like, a real, like, he's...
Season 1 moment.
Yeah, this is his vibe.
I was gonna say, this is one of the only episodes I've noticed where Erica hasn't, like, committed to the villain guy.
Mm-hmm.
It was Sarah this time.
But then again, she did,
like, say something about it, but she didn't, like, commit.
Yeah,
this
that,
is the first time she was
that would have
like,
been a fun
hey.
plot, them trying to find a mummy boyfriend.
that's
for
what I
That'd be really
said,
funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
when she was like, can you guys make a mummy for me? And they're like, I don't see why not.
Yeah, they should have done it.
That would have been a good
Cowards.
episode, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like the jealousy that would have caused him.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that's why Erica didn't go after him. She saw
Yeah.
that Sarah was with him, and she was like,
And then she saw like Ethan struggling.
oh, I know, I love that Ethan is just so jealous.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Like,
And then like I like it's on the one hand it's like a frustrating trope whenever they don't see it.
mm-hmm.
Like the Sarah and Ethan don't see,
Yeah, the will they, won't they sort of
but
situation.
at the same time it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
It was a nice little running gag, a runner,
Yeah.
if you will.
And then
throughout
he
the
got
episode.
absolutely friend zoned in the end.
Oh,
Yeah, because she was like, well, I don't know if you guys missed it. She was like, if anyone's the romancing star, it's you, Ethan.
Oh.
And he was like, I guess I have my moments.
Yeah.
Which I think was like a lead up to the poem that he
Oh,
had.
yeah.
And then she was like, it's better to have friends though, and then left. Like I
Yeah.
think she knows. I think everyone knows.
Yeah,
It's obvious.
he's not subtle about it.
Yeah, they all know.
It's pretty obvious, yeah.
He's just being respectful, I think, and not like pushing it onto her. I feel like other shows would have gone a lot farther,
Yeah.
you know, and like
There's-
pushing the
yeah.
like Mighty Med and Lab Rats.
Oh, yeah.
That's a bit of a problem in those
Really?
shows. Yeah, where it's like the guy's like super creepy and like constantly like obsessing
Oh.
over the girl, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I never watched either of them. My brother watched Lab Rats,
Mm-hmm.
but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate them keeping it normal
Oh, yeah.
in this show. Because it's really cute to kind of watch him pine after her,
Yeah.
and it never goes into like the creepy territory.
Yeah.
So I appreciate
You could
that.
tell it's just like a little innocent, like high school crush.
Yeah.
Which is refreshing.
it's
Oh,
very
yeah.
refreshing to see.
He's not a weirdo.
I want to talk about the mummy guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
First,
He was taking his job way too seriously.
Yeah, he was in it.
this guy is acting like he's in an episode of Vampire Diaries,
Yeah.
not like in some dumb stupid show.
He took it so seriously.
My favorite part is that reaction that Benny has to what he's saying, where he's like, "You cannot skimp out on faith," and then Benny's just like, "What?" Like it's clearly like he's in a different show
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
than the rest of the characters. You know, that's what was apparent to me.
Yeah.
It was so funny
Yeah.
to see. He's just like acting
Yeah, he like every
Zayas
line
off.
delivery is just like so like
serious
like
and like tonally like different than what everyone else in the show is doing.
everyone's just like goofy and lighthearted, and he's just like
He's like I said, he's in an episode of Vampire Diaries or
fresh
something.
off the CW.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, I don't know why he was shirtless in that final scene.
I know. I didn't realize he was
Oh.
shirtless until I noticed like it was like sheer.
Yeah, because I saw a behind the scenes photo. If I can find it, I'll put it up. And he's like he's like this, like
Yeah.
posing, and he's just fully shirtless.
Yeah.
Just full torso
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I noticed that when he stood up. I was
Mhm.
like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, he's sure. Okay. Why is he sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it more time period accurate? Because it's really hot in Egypt, so they had like loose linens that they would wear. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't think it's that accurate.
I'm
Yeah.
not too up on that fashion history that far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that far back.
Yeah.
Although the eyeliner thing is true, because
Yeah.
they were both wearing eyeliner.
Yeah.
I think it was
you could
invented.
just tell that with like the art from that time.
Yeah,
too.
it was invented in Egypt because they would use
Well, I mean,
charcoal.
I
I
guess
think.
so. If you think about like old like drawings and stuff from that time, a lot of the way they depicted the men,
Mhm.
like it's very loose.
yeah, loose
girls, too,
fabrics,
loose
and then
clothes.
like linen, like really
Because
thin
they
linen
didn't
was
have
popular
like
then.
the methods really to like cut and sew like fitted garments. It's just more.
Yeah,
of just,
and
like-
also because it was so hot, they had such like thin layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it was so flowy and
Mhm.
stuff.
So you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe they still bought the costumes at Party City,
Yeah.
but at least
At least
Is
it's
there
somewhat
something-
accurate.
like Sarah was wearing like a Cleopatra
Yeah,
costume,
type. Oh,
you
yeah.
know, yeah, with like the beaded wig, I think, or
Yeah.
like beaded hair
The beaded
piece,
wig.
wig, just a hair piece, I guess. I don't know where that's from, but I know about the eyeliner part. I learned about that. It's like it was like charcoal they would
Yeah.
use on their eyes. So yeah, that guy was acting his ass off.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it because it makes him memorable. I remembered
know.
him. My
Yeah.
favorite part, I got off track, but my favorite, so he has the toilet paper roll, right? The mummy equivalent of a toilet paper trail is what Ethan calls it. I learned from Monster High that mummies, they need to keep at least some of their bandages on them or else they'll turn to dust.
Yeah.
And because the magic is what's keeping them alive, right? The curse of the wraps or whatever, which is why Cleo. That's why Cleo in the original dolls always has like a little like
Wrap
wrist or like a bracelet or like an ankle thing. And then
Yeah.
that's why in Gen 2 is when they started it, and they've continued it in Gen 3. They've like molded the wrap onto like the skin. I was gonna say
I usually don't think I have too many thoughts on like very like call it plot driven episodes.
It's very much like they established the issue and then they just like do
issue created within the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like this episode, like I think in a sense feels like a lot of the other ones where it didn't feel like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it went by very fast. I remember telling you guys like, hey, we're already in the third act, and you guys were like, huh?
Yeah, one thing I did notice, like when I was thinking about what we were talking about earlier with Ethan not being like too forward about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can tell that Hottie like was really into Sarah, and like during their date scene, he was like, "You need to go to the underworld with me." That's what I noticed about the two guys that are like going after Sarah.
He's very like
Hottie
is very direct.
Yeah, he's very pushy.
And then Ethan was just like,
They kind of implied, I think it was kind of implied that he didn't actually like her. He just wanted to get to the underworld.
He wanted to fulfill his
He just
thing.
wanted to go to
paradise.
And he just like really wanted, didn't want to be stuck in Mummyville forever.
Yeah.
Mummyville. Farmville,
Mummyville?
but with mummies. Anyways.
Newest Facebook game coming.
Yeah. So stupid of a reference. But he just like wanted to get to the afterworld, but he made that stupid promise that was I refuse to enter the afterworld until I find my true love.
No, I guess that does actually help to push the Sarah thing even more, showing like Ethan's like this like good guy for her, like
Yeah, compared to the other people she dates or whatever, like because her track record's not too good. It's Jesse and it's Hottie.
Yeah, and then that guy from the Brood episode.
That.
You're not like other girls, are you?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
that guy is rough. I can't believe he would run away from a girl slapping a guy. Like, she slapped him so hard, that zombie flew across the room.
Yeah.
How would he be like, ew, get away from me?
I would
come
be
on.
like,
I'd be like,
hello?
Me,
can you do that to me, please?
Literally. Can you marry me? Like,
see, if Ethan was there, he would have been like,
that's what he would have said. Yeah, because that's what Ethan's all about. That's why he likes Sarah so much.
Yeah.
He likes how strong and independent.
Yeah.
He really likes how live, laugh, love she is.
How many just girly things she's doing.
She's so girl boss.
She is so girl boss. Exactly. She's also gaslight and gatekeep.
Yes.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
All at the same time.
She's all the G's, all the L's.
Yes, all the G's, all the L's. What did we say about... Did we talk about Sarah and Erica not wanting to go after Hottie while recording? I mean, Erica not wanting to go after Hottie.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I want to make sure we talked about that while we were recording.
Rory.
I liked Rory's B-plot.
Yeah, he has... like how his current hobby is making mummies.
Yeah, because they were in the museum, and he was like, "Can I make a mummy for extra credit?" And the teacher was like, "That would not be encouraged."
Yeah,
and so he did it anyways.
Yeah,
good stuff.
The amount of times he's had like an animal in his locker.
Oh,
if I had if I had a nickel for every time Rory kept an animal in his locker, I'd have two nickels.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that happened twice. What was the first animal?
Wasn't it he was keeping the alligators?
Right, the alligators that he thought were iguanas.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were referencing Vampire Sasquatch, which you guys probably don't even know about yet.
Oh, I don't.
No. We'll get there when we get there.
No more.
I'm just gonna drop that out of context. No context, Vampire Sasquatch.
That's how we like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll swiftly move on.
Yeah.
Because
we like two things out of context. Vampire Sasquatch and Benica.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's so great. Okay. I was gonna mention something before. Oh, I was gonna mention that. Okay, I was gonna talk about that in Fit Review. Never mind.
I was so ready for Rory to go like down on the
The two guys.
Yeah.
The two, like, guardian guys. Yeah, he's
But
like,
no,
let me handle this.
But then the cat.
Yeah.
Mr. Kitty.
A lot of people think that Rory killing a cat is, like, too far of a joke. Like, oh, I can't like Rory now that he killed a cat. And I'm like, he's been killing animals. Well, okay, was a rat not good enough, but, like, a cat is too far. Like, come on. He's been killing birds. He kills all kinds of animals.
Yeah, and then,
creatures.
Then you have Ethan over here actually killing people.
Ethan has murdered multiple people, okay?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put it against
Benny's
Rory.
fully performed necromancy.
Yeah, he brought the cat back to life.
Yeah, and then the dog.
And he brought the dog, see?
I swear, on my Jedi honor, Puffles is the only animal I will ever bring back from the dead.
That was a dirty lie!
You're a dirty liar!
Because he brought back Mr. Kitty!
And I said no, like a liar.
Basically, it's so funny. Anyway, I like Rory's B-plot a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's really good.
I know,
If they're gonna give him a B-plot, I'd like it to be kind of involved like that. Something just silly for him to do.
I want him to have a cat companion now, one that doesn't scratch his eyes out.
Yeah.
Oh, that was something I wanted to mention before we talk about bad jokes. It'll be a nice transition into bad joke section. I noticed that there were some off takes near the end of the episode. I wonder if the editing, especially at the end, was like a little bit rushed.
They just went with the first take they got.
Yeah, like that. My dad is the one that noticed this when we watched this episode together. But for some reason, when Ethan started shaking the bottles with like his organs in it, and of course it like hurt him in real life.
Yeah.
And Benny was like, "Whoa, it's like a voodoo doll in a jar." Like I don't know why.
Whoa.
That was the line. I don't know why that was the line they went with. Because clearly they had to like zoom in on him. Like they didn't get a close up shot of him, so they had to like
Yeah.
And so it looks a little weird, like zoomed in. And also, he sounds like Bill and Ted. He sounds like Bill and Ted when he said that line. I was like, he sounds like Keanu Reeves.
No.
And I was like, that's what my dad said. He was like, why does he sound like that? Like, that's so weird. And I was like, yeah, they couldn't do another take.
I know.
And the same thing with Cameron Kennedy. I hate, my love, Rory. That line where he said, like, clawing my eyes out, he kind of stuttered a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. But I noticed it every time.
I noticed he was, like, clawing
my eyes. He kind of forgot the line halfway through and then, like, remembered it.
Yeah.
And, like, kind of finished it. And, like, you couldn't reshoot that?
Yeah.
Just do one more take. Was that the best take you guys got? I feel like that was just like an editing mistake.
How many times did you redo this?
I think that was just like a little mistake because like they clearly do multiple takes. Oh yeah. And then it's up to the editor to pick the best one.
Yeah.
And they were just like
he was not doing his job that day.
That was just the first take they did, and they just inserted it. And it was like whatever, just get it done.
Yeah.
You can kind of feel that in the later episodes.
Yeah, it feels like they're trying to clamber together whatever they can as quick as they can. I guess they're prepared for the finale. Yeah. Since it's getting close to that, right?
We're getting close to the finale for sure.
So that all their resources are going to the finale.
Mm-hmm. And what was I saying? Oh, the CGI bugs looked awful.
Yeah.
It looked like a PS1 game.
Yeah.
They looked real bad.
The poly count was so low.
It looked like that one music video from the 80s. That guy that's like, I want my MTV. The first ever animated music video.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. It definitely looks like the first ever animated music video. Yeah. That guy became OP very last minute.
Oh yeah.
That joke never gets a laugh.
Oh, for real.
What are some bad jokes?
The low poly bugs.
The bugs are a bad joke. Yeah.
The security guard.
Yeah, that security guard guy.
He was a joke of a security guard.
A bad joke of a security guard. A mummy's been stolen from the museum. They're doing locker checks around the school, and he's just messing around. Yeah. He dumps like sand.
He's just touching all the objects.
All the objects. Like I'm wondering if those guardian people, because if you noticed on the prop, like on the vase, the vase,
the vase,
the pot,
British,
the vase, on the vase, there's like images, like hieroglyphic images of the two guys, the two bodyguard guys. So like, was the security guard pouring the sand out like what activated them, or were they going to be activated anyways because the mummy had been like reanimated?
I think it's what, because
I think
it would have
sand.
Him pouring out the sand because they've been out for like an entire day.
The SAPs have reached containment.
I guess so. I guess you're right there.
Because he's been out for like a hot minute, and then they would have probably reanimated like immediately, just like no.
He became really OP at the end.
Yeah,
that was really.
He started using his powers. It's all crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know he had powers. Where did he get?
Well, he had that stick thing, and he said like I
and
brought
he
with
sent
this.
the guards back.
And that stick thing, he was like, I brought this back with me from the afterlife. I brought this with me to the afterlife because I thought it'd be useful. Because I think in Egyptian like culture, you keep whatever you have with you.
Yeah.
You take with
Except
you.
Whatever you're like.
So you're buried with all of like the things you want with you in the afterlife. So he had like a special
but they
stick
they
thing.
had like no lead up to that.
Yeah, he just pulled it out and then he was like, I thought this would be useful.
Everyone,
and then when he's in the museum, I guess he could control the bug things.
Yeah.
Just randomly.
Maybe it's kind of like a Night at the Museum situation where he like grows more powerful whenever he's closer to like.
Maybe. That could be the case.
I don't know why I said Night at the Museum, but like I'm thinking of like the tablet and stuff.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah. Museum, mummy.
Yeah. That's basically my thought process.
Yeah. Both have museums, both have mummies.
Yes.
Any other bad jokes? Oh,
the him pulling the rose out for Sarah.
Yeah, he just had a rose. I thought that was so stupid.
Like, okay, Sims 4.
Yeah, just like. Another thing was Rory fighting that cat, and he had like a stuffed animal. That was Puffles part 2.
Yeah.
Puffles?
That was that again with Ethan like slamming him against the table.
Yeah, but Mr. Kitty just.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Kitty.
He had a full on like webkins. You think Rory collected webkins?
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I think he also collected Build-A-Bears once webkins.
Yeah. No. I think Erica collected Build-A-Bears.
Yeah.
Oh,
but Rory collected those they're called. I know what they're called in iCarly because I'm an idiot.
Beanie Babies?
Yes, Beanie Babies. They're called Pee-wee Babies in iCarly.
I would have loved if you just said Pee-wee Babies.
I was going to, but then I was like, that's not it. That's not right. He collected Beanie Babies. Yeah. Rory definitely collected Beanie Babies.
Rory has a collection of Beanie Babies and webkins.
Yes. And I think Erica and Sarah were like super Build-A-Bear obsessed.
Sorry. Sarah has Squishmallows.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like 100%. Modern day.
Yeah, because I just want to remind people.
Sarah collected Littlest Pet Shop.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to remind everyone here today in the studio.
And then
we have a studio, totally.
Okay. Going back on like other headcanons we've had. So Sarah was Littlest Pet Shop, and then Erica was My Little Pony.
Oh.
And they both had a collective Build-A-Bear workshop.
They both watched LPS Popular.
Yes.
They totally did. What was I gonna say? Oh, and of course, Benny and Ethan still collect action figures to this day. Yeah. They still do.
Yeah.
Because they're super cool like that.
Yeah,
but like Ethan specifically collected like robots.
Yeah.
He would like he was in like the robotics club in middle school. I don't know if you guys had that.
Benny collects Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel action figures, yes.
Marvel, yeah.
Are we done with bad joke section? Are there not that many bad jokes?
I don't remember this episode.
Oh, there's a bad one. I know a bad one.
Oh.
When Ethan says he's gonna drag Sarah down to the underworld. That stupid joke where Ethan was like, he's gonna drag her into the underworld, and then Benny was like, that club on Main Street, lame. He was like, the other underworld. I was like, ugh.
They didn't say that last episode.
He thinks it's lame now, but he's gonna be all up on that like his senior year.
Oh,
he's
trying to sneak into clubs.
Getting into the clubs. Okay, so is that it for bad joke section?
I think so.
Okay, we're done with bad joke section then.
Yeah, we went on a tangent, but
very short.
Okay.
What were you gonna say about the episode?
I mean, like, it went by so fast. I don't remember that much about it, except for like the villain. It's just iconic.
It is a very good villain. I think this is up there in the villain ranking.
Yeah, especially since like compared to last episode, where the villain didn't stand out that much.
Yeah, especially it was like they either focus more on the villain, and the characters, or the character. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's the two kind of like
they don't really balance it between the two. It's just like one or the other, which is fine.
Yeah, maybe if the episodes were longer, if they weren't 22 minutes, if they were like 40
minutes.
40 minutes, yeah, they would have a lot. Like they could have done that making Erica a mummy plot.
Yeah.
I feel like they would have done that if they had double the time.
Yeah.
So, what I wanted to say leading into Fit Review. Well, we should just do Fit Review. If you guys are ready to do Fit Review.
Yeah.
Fit Review. What was I going to say? Oh, before we talk about any other fits, okay? Because they're fire this episode.
They are.
And there's they only have one because it only takes place over one day. But my favorite thing is when the mummy, they lock it in Benny's closet, right? And then how the mummy comes back to life is that he eats freaky bio leftovers. I think that's just like leftovers from like body parts, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he eats it, and it can reanimate a dead body. So it gets, and he's wearing a striped shirt. Yeah. And they're like, "I can't believe you stole my clothes." That's what Benny says. Yeah. And then Ethan's
it's like, "You can tell."
Yeah, he's wwearing a striped shirt, and he's like, Ethan was like, "You stole the guy's pancreas." It's like, it's not like he was using it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good consistency thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I can explain. So Benny is wearing the same shirt he wore in Flushed. Yeah. Which is an absolute banger of a striped shirt.
What's that one?
It's the gray and orange one, right?
No, it's gray. It's a long sleeve gray and maroon striped shirt.
Oh, yeah.
He's wearing the same one.
That's a good shirt.
And then he has like a gray like windbreaker zip up.
Yeah.
At that nighttime, so that's cool. And
Return of the jean jacket.
The denim jean jacket.
Ian has like a tie-dye, like a bleach tie-dye, like maroon shirt, which is it's nice. It's pretty cool toned, you know?
It's better than the graphic tees.
Yes, exactly. Way better. And then he has the jean jacket.
Yes.
It's so iconic.
So good.
I have to check who wrote this episode, because when Tim Burns is like the writer of the episode, Ethan's in the jean jacket because he was in the movie.
Yeah.
And then in the first episode, he had the jean jacket.
Yeah.
And in this one. So I wonder. And then in the finale, he does too. So.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I just remembered the car episode.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he also has the jean jacket.
Where Ethan's just like standing there. It's like, that body of yours is absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he stands weird.
Oh, yeah, you were saying that when he walked in, like he was walking. You're like, why is he standing like that?
He's just like.
Oh, and then before we get to Sarah, because hers is the best outfit.
Yes.
She has some competition with Evelyn, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, Rory's wearing that keep calm and don't get bitten.
I want that shirt.
That's what the shirt says. We didn't know what it said previously, but that's what it says. And it's like a neon red, which looks good on him. And then he has like a matching long striped shirt.
Yeah.
Like, not striped shirt, long plaid button up. Something that like your dad would wear to like a nice gathering.
Yeah.
But he would have it tucked, and he does not have it tucked.
Yeah.
It honestly could be his dad's, because it's like really huge on him. It looks good. It's a good fit. Sarah.
So good.
She's wearing like a floral dress.
Yeah.
And it's a little short. It's like right above the knee. So it's fine.
Yeah, it's school appropriate.
It's good, yeah. And then she has it's like a strap, it's like a spaghetti strap, like floral dress, pink. Yeah. And like has some green on it, And then she has like this like bubble mesh, is that what you call it?
I think so.
Yeah, it's like a weird circly bubble.
Yeah, like a circle kind of mesh, like large
cardigan.
holes, like shirt cardigan over it.
It's so good.
I forgot to mention in the last episode that she had a Sherpa on, or whatever it's called. The poncho.
Oh yeah, the poncho.
Yeah.
She was wearing a poncho in the previous episode. We forgot to mention that.
It was also very good because they were all like they all had like jackets
on because it was cold. You could see their breath. You can see in this episode too. You could see their breath. They were filming this like during
winter.
Fall. Yeah, and that's true because I can mention now. Who cares? 2 episodes. So you remember in the first episode of season 2 when Ethan was in the locker? Well, I learned from a comment on the Facebook page that I stalked. Well, someone reposted it on Tumblr because I think the comment was deleted. Because when I went to go check on it, it wasn't there anymore. Yeah, so that's what it was. Someone said that apparently Matthew Knight was behind on like his studies when they were filming season 2, because they were filming this during school time, because you could see it's cold out, You see their breath in the air and stuff, which is what reminded me.
And they're what, like 18 or something?
Yeah, they're still in high school, but they're all adults, I think, is what it was. Most of them were in high school. He was behind on his studies, so he would need like an hour or 2. Yeah. Like while on set to like work on his homework or whatever. Yeah. So they rewrote the script to work around him not being there. Oh. So that's why he's in the locker that they filmed later on. And all the other members are in the hallway by themselves. And so they're like talking to nothing. And that's why he's in the locker.
Interesting.
They do that again in the Siren episode where they put him in a closet. And he's locked in the closet. So very very on character for him to be in the closet. But anyways.
We can
talk about...
Were we, like, talking about that? Was it with Ethan that we, like, noticed, like, I thought we were talking about, like, we noticed, like, he wasn't, like, a part of, like, something.
I think I mentioned that earlier, that he was gone in certain parts of the show. Like, he wasn't there.
Yeah, and we were, like, theorizing, like...
why that was. Yeah. And apparently it was his studies. It was because he was behind in school.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Matthew Knight.
R.I.P. Matthew Knight.
His high school career.
Mm-hmm. I hope he's doing well. He's doing well, I think.
Yeah. He has a family now.
Yeah, he's a family man, you know?
Yeah.
You can walk down the street and be like a normal person.
Yeah.
Unlike the other actors, you know?
Yeah.
So good for him. Anyways. We can talk about Evelyn's fit.
It's so good. It's like red.
What did I call it? I called it Whimsigoth.
Whimsigoth.
Yeah.
She's in a full Whimsigoth era.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like this really flowy shirt, I think.
I think it's in like another form of a poncho.
Yeah, or is it like a dress? I don't think I saw her. No, she was wearing pants.
Yeah, she was wearing pants.
It's just...
It's very like flowy and orange and kind of like
orangey red. She has like this like long
huge necklace.
It's so good.
She got like a nice...
I missed her.
I missed Evelyn. Like just seeing her in this episode, I was like, oh my gosh, Evelyn, where you been? I love her so much. She's such a good character.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for the finale.
Yeah, like Benny getting in trouble for using all of her pancreas.
Yeah, her grabbing him by the ear.
Yeah.
Oh, can you get the pancreas soundboard?
I don't know what I was like,
the pancreas soundboard?
Where it's like, I think it was called special lasagna is what I know.
Oh, yeah.
What did you do with all the pancreas? How am I supposed to make my special lasagna?
I was just... Wait, lasagna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cannibals. I made a post about that randomly. I was just like, because...
The Weirds are cannibals?
Yes, because someone made a mbav fandom 2023 predictions, and one of them said, everyone's going to realize that the Weirs are cannibals. We're going to talk about it for one day, and then that's it. And I was like, let me make that prediction real life by mentioning this scene.
Yeah.
And it was true. We all talked about it for one episode, and then we ended. Yeah. So that prediction came true.
For some reason, that's, like, not surprising to me.
That they're cannibals?
Yeah.
Because ancient pancreas is still human. I'm assuming it's human pancreas, you know?
Yeah.
Considering he took Hottie's.
Yeah.
So.
Or maybe he just assumed a pancreas is a pancreas.
That's true, yeah. Because he just needed to top it off. The jar was empty.
It was fully empty.
What do you mean top it off?
I don't know. He's like, I need to chop it up before I get it back.
What we've learned is Benny Weir is a liar.
That's what we learned this episode. Are we done with Fit Review?
I think so.
Yeah, we are. Okay. Fit Review.
Wait, I forgot another bad joke.
Well, you can mention it now.
Yeah, it was this very beginning where the mummy's trying to get into the room, but he's caught.
Oh yeah, I have that one also. It's right next to it. It's. Yeah, that's a good bit. Yeah. I actually think it's funny.
Yeah, I think that's funny too.
That wasn't a bad joke. That's a good joke.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Good for mbav. No, I'm kidding.
Good for mbav. Doesn't mean it's a good joke.
Yeah.
It just means it's good for the show.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Funny.
Oh, I guess another bad joke is actually it's kind of an epic moment. When, first of all, he's acting his ass off. He's like, we all have to go sometime. And then
the Joker. For some reason.
We live in a society.
Let
me tell you something.
You want to know how I got these scars?
You want to know how I got these scars?
Society.
Listen, I have...
Society calls me gay.
Joker, what did I tell you about sucking on my fingers?
Listen, always good night. Society
calls me gay. Listen, I've gotten a good Heath Ledger as the Joker impression from my Christian Slater impression that I used to do all the time in middle school. Because he's like, because Christian Slater in Heathers specifically, when he's like, greetings and salutations. Like he kind of talks like he's the Joker a little bit, even though Christopher Nolan's Joker wasn't out yet. Yeah. Yeah, I've perfected the young Christian Slater accent.
Yeah.
And it's adjacent to Heath Ledger as Joker.
Heath Ledger?
I said Heath Ledger!
You said leather!
No, I didn't! Stop gaslighting me! You do this to me every time! I swear to God!
You said leather.
No!
Rewind the tape.
No! I will not let you walk away from destiny. That's
the
from
fact
the
that they
episode.
just went to Wikipedia to look up his lines.
Yeah, the seal our fate. Also, Sarah would have been totally dead if Ethan wasn't just so jealous.
Yeah.
Because he was just like, I want to see if that stupid line was stolen or something.
Yeah.
And it was a reference to the ritual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they're like, well, Sarah can't die because she's already dead, so we have nothing to worry about.
About Evelyn again. The fact that she apparently dated a mummy or something.
Yeah, we were saying how we want a spin-off of
Yeah.
Evelyn's life.
Like, we want a spin-off about her life.
I want an Evelyn Weir
Because
spin-off.
like, it's obvious she's lived like a bajillion years, you
Mhm.
know?
Can you play the soundbite of I think it's the beard. It's like the beard to mummy pipeline.
This all started when I wanted to grow a beard. And now Sarah's dating a mummy.
Poor girl.
Yeah, that. So she says 1 minute they're romancing up a storm and the next minute they're dragging you down to the underworld, right? My theory is that she did date a mummy and
He did drag her down to the underworld.
And she had to fight her way back.
she has to claw her way back to the
Yeah.
mortal plane.
Just like Hades.
Poor Stephanie.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about the game, so
Oh, I
that
know.
applies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, this is so random.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I was thinking about Jennifer Coolidge.
This is the most random thing ever, and I'll cut it out of the episode because it so doesn't matter. But I was watching Sweet Life on Deck, right? And I saw a video of someone reviewing the Sweet Life movie, which sucks, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, up to debate. I can't get into it right now. But they were showing how, because the movie came out in between the episode before the finale and then the finale. And of course, as we know, before the finale, Zach is dating Zoe Deutsch, the actress. You remember her. She's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What's her name? What was I going to say that one? Oh, in the movie, though, he, flirts with another girl and, is, starting to date her. And it's like, what about her? And so, in that video I saw about the movie, they show him, trying to flirt with, this girl. And then, a footage of Zoe Deutsch in that new movie where she pretends to be in Paris during the bombing and she becomes famous, an influencer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, her looking at her phone, crying, Good stuff. Humble beginnings. Anyways. What else are we saying? What else do you want to say?
We're just talking about how much we love Evelyn.
Yeah, we love Evelyn. I missed her. I can't wait to see her in more episodes.
Is she coming back?
Yeah, she's coming back.
Good.
There's a little bit of tragedy to her next comeback.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
It's really sad.
Oh, no.
But I don't want to spoil it. She doesn't die. Or does she? You never know. She could die. She's an old lady.
Wow.
Honestly, any of them could die. If you really think about it, the stakes have been set.
Yeah, any of them could just drop dead at any
The
moment.
stakes are raised. The meat is floating into the air.
Yeah.
The stakes are raised. That should have been a bad joke section. Sorry. It's a really bad joke. Anyways, did you guys want to get into final thoughts? I forgot to put the post out, but what do you guys think about this episode?
That's okay.
Oh,
We can put it later.
Yeah, I can do it in post. Hello, welcome to me doing it in post. We recorded this episode around a month ago. I hate to break the immersion here. We record episodes in batches and then we slowly release them throughout the month. So we didn't have time to actually, get people's reactions while we were recording the episode. So I'm doing it now here by myself. I'm currently editing the video. It's supposed to come out today and I haven't finished yet. So I'm sorry if it comes out late. Let's start off with Betty Weir, also known as Anakin, a friend of the podcast. They had to say, Hottie Ho-Tep, I have so many mixed feelings on this episode. It's very bizarre. So many plot points are aggravating and stupid. None of the mummy stuff being behind a case so anyone could take it. The cop who just pours the vases for no reason. And Ethan and Benny not telling Sarah when it's so easy to tell her. I agree. Like, I can give a little, oh, they can't tell 'cause of plot, but the whole cafeteria scene, he could say he's a mummy so easily. Like, why not make it so Sarah doesn't care because he'd accept her as being a vampire? And the we have to die now part is being kept from her. Leaving her in the dark for so long is dumb. You know what? I kind of agree with you with that one. And God, I hate how Ethan is written in this episode. He's so incel-coded. I appreciate the line about him caring about her getting with an older guy, but that's it. He doesn't even know if Sarah likes him, so why is he being so defensive? Okay, with my complaints out of the way, the parts I really like. I like all of the stupid jokes, like them screaming at the mummy together, and, "You look so good with that beard!" Yeah, me too. Ethan shaking the jar of organs as an attack. I had to turn him back because he was clawing my eyes out. It's just so much fun. And the outfits. Ethan is kind of mad, but Sarah's fit is so classic to me, and she's really cute. Also, Benny's stripes are tolerable. And Erica and Rory's outfits are really good as well. Erica's little silver accessories and Rory's keep calm and get bitten shirt. Amazing. Even Hottie is well dressed in this episode, and the costume changes with him and Sarah are really fun. We completely forgot to mention that they change costumes. I mean, we talked about it at the beginning, but yeah. I also just really like Hottie as a character. I thought he was really fun, and the actor really pulled him off really well. I just wish the main cast was written a little bit better. Finally, I really like the ending scene with Rory, Sarah, and Ethan. Ethori cropped out high five and the cheesy Ethera lines leave this episode on a really sweet note. I agree. Thank you for telling us your opinions. Next, we have a submission from All for Geek, who says, I used to think that there was an episode of this show that doesn't exist. For context, while watching the show live, I saw very little of Season 1, so I assumed that it was part of Season 1. Basically, there was a new girl in school, and Ethan asks for help with homework. The two hit it off. The new girl was antagonistic towards Sarah, especially when she spends so much time with him babysitting. One day, Sarah gets attacked in the chem lab by a tree, and it burns with nearby chemicals. Later on, Sarah noticed a burn on the girl's arm. Basically, the girl was a dryad, trying to get Ethan to join her in the forest. I was convinced for years that this was an episode until I watched Season 1 on Netflix. In hindsight, basically a combination of Hottie Ho-Tep and the tree virus episode. Okay, you know what? I'm dropping everything right now because that unlocked something in my mind. Bestie, that is an episode of a show, but not of My Babysitter's a Vampire. That is an episode of The Troop, which is a show that came out in 2009 on Nickelodeon. The main character, Jake, who is a lot like Ethan, if I'm being honest, dates a girl who is a dryad. And she actually is a tree, and she tries to get him to also become a tree, but he says no, and they just, amicably decide to, go long distance, basically. And he actually still dates her throughout the show, even though she's literally a tree. He goes and, reads books to her and talks to her, even though, they're not in a main plot together. You mentioning that really threw me back, because I was like, yeah, that is a real episode of a show. So, sorry this was a big tangent, but yeah, go watch The Troop, I guess. For some reason, no one talks about the show, even though it aired, right after new episodes of iCarly. They really tried to make this show a thing, and it just wasn't. In my personal opinion, even though the show came out before mbav, it was kind of trying to capitalize on the same market that mbav eventually took over on Disney Channel. So, I find that very interesting. Thank you for your submission. The next and final submission is from Mystic Moondancer, one of our friends. They said, well, for one, the beginning doesn't make much sense to me, timeline-wise. After they were all at the museum, the little outdoor shot they did between scene changes shows that it was nighttime, or rather, them using the same shot as before in the episode when it started, but they used a filter over it to appear as night. But when they cut back to school, you think it's the next day or something, but it's not, because Mr. G and Stern are questioning Rory about the missing mummy from that morning. And it doesn't help that they showed the security guard patrolling through the exhibit before interrogating Rory, and that also takes place during night. I agree. There's just some weird editing choices in this episode. It's a little bit rushed. ranting aside about the mini editing and timeline issue at the beginning, I loved Sarah's outfit while she was all dressed up in her little Egyptian costume. Gold accessories and gold trim clothing complements her very well. I agree. I always said that Erica looks good in gold jewelry, but I think they both do, and I like it when they get put in gold jewelry. Also, I just realized something. This episode was left unresolved because the museum never did get the mummy back, because Hottie went back to the underworld. Yeah, that's true. I guess the people who loaned the museum those artifacts to put on display won't be doing business with that museum anymore. Either that, or someone is about to be fired for their epic screw-up. And how was Hottie and the guards able to get into the museum set up like that without being spotted by security guards? Yeah, because the place is on lockdown because a whole-ass artifact has been disappeared. Not to mention any security cameras they might have in place as well. This museum sucks when it comes to proper security measures for their artifacts. Worst museum ever. I agree. I also have some very concerned questions about Rory and his mummifying dead animals phase in this episode as well. Mainly his cat mummy. Like, I can see other two critters being already after him draining blood for a meal, but the cat one, yeah, no, I have some serious concerns about that one. Especially since at the beginning of the episode, it was still somewhat alive when he showed it to Mr. G and Stern. Hopefully it's a cat that he maybe found on the side of the road. It hadn't died yet. Hopefully it wasn't someone's missing cat. Sorry for making this so long, guys. Don't worry. Thank you for sending in your submission. I agree with a lot of that there. A lot of inconsistencies to get to the point what we need to be in the show. So thank you guys for sending in your opinions and hot takes. I love it when people do this, because then we can read them out loud and hear more perspectives, because, we're just three dudes and a microphone. We don't have much insight into a lot of stuff. So thank you for your submissions. Okay. You guys, is it time for final thoughts? Because then we have quampies.
So. Yeah.
We have everything. We've said everything we need to say.
Yeah, because I don't have much. I guess I'll just go into it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have much to say about the episode. The villain is a lot more iconic, like I said, compared to, I'll just say, last week's villain.
Yeah, and I like him. Yeah. I like the
villain. Yeah, it's just something about the energy he brings.
It's refreshing. Yes. And it feels like he's in the wrong show.
Yeah, he feels like he walked onto the wrong set, but they just kept him there, Mm-hmm. They're like, we weren't gonna actually make this about a mummy, but he just walked up acting like one.
Just giving full acting.
Yeah.
His bags were on the street.
Yeah.
He was getting kicked out tomorrow. Rent was due.
Yeah. And, I do like the little bits of character moments we get, especially between Ethan and Sarah, and just, jealous Ethan.
He's so good.
Yeah.
We love Ethan.
I love Ethan. He's... You can't see, but I'm aggressive hand movements. Yeah. Yeah. But, it's one of those episodes where it went by so fast, and it was more plot-driven. I feel like I don't have much to say in my final thoughts.
You said a lot.
In general.
You've said a lot. You've given a lot of opinion.
And, I would say I give this episode a good, 3.5 pancreas out of 5.
3.5 stolen pancreas out of 5.
Robbed museum stinky pancreas.
Yes.
He just had a bag for that.
Yeah, he just had a plastic bag in his.
He was ready.
He was ready. He knew he was going to get some pancreas that day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I quite like this episode, mainly for the villain. I feel like they really did a good job with the villain, okay? And I feel like people don't talk about the mummy all that often. I think people don't talk about this episode either. But this is a good... These two episodes are, some of the better ones of Season 2, and people never mention them.
It's almost little, hidden gems.
Yeah, and I think it's just because they're, kind of squished between episodes that people talk about a lot. Yeah. Like, Jockenstein, right? That was before. Yeah. And then, the Siren episode. Everyone loves the Siren episode.
I feel like the Siren episode.
And then Independence Days.
And then the finale.
And the Halloween episode, which also comes out after this.
Oh, yeah.
Craig, if you're listening in order. That's coming up next after the Siren episode. So I really like the villain. I like that I love his acting. I absolutely I adore it. It makes me cheese up every time.
You're gagged and gooped.
I'm gagged and gooped. I'm straight cheesing whenever I look at my TV. So I appreciate that. Yeah. I do like all of the Ethan and Sarah moments we get. I like some good Sarah-thin.
I guess something else I appreciate. Sorry.
No,
but like the fact that like Benny's like so aware of Ethan's massive crush on Sarah.
Yeah, and he actually said it.
Yeah.
He said it.
Like he said it, and then like he just like lets Ethan deal with it.
Because I feel like no one ever says it. They just kind of all acknowledge that it exists.
Yeah.
But he was like, we have to get rid of this mummy for Sarah's sake. He's like, you mean for your sake?
Yeah.
And he's like, for Sarah. Yeah. So. Sarah. So I feel like Benny's the real one. Yeah. He's the real one who knows.
Ben just like not like straight up like exposing Ethan to Sarah.
Yeah. Not like. Yeah, because I feel like shows do that all the time for, like, drama. They're not about, like, group drama. They're about them being friends and fighting foes.
Yeah.
I like this episode a lot. I mean, I wouldn't rank it, like, super high, just because there's so many good episodes. Yeah. It kind of,
Season 2's been releasing banger after banger.
Yeah. It's been pretty solid so far. Especially compared to season 1, where, like, there was, like, at least one hitch in the road by now. Like, the potion episode. The love potion episode, you know? Yeah. So
a love potion sized bump in the road.
Or the stupid double negative episode.
It's time to go.
Wait, can you get the... Yeah, you already know what I'm talking about. Exactly. Besides that episode is a train wreck. But anyways. I'm gonna give this episode a 3 magical stick thingies that teleport you back to your spawn place out of 5.
3 magic sticks.
3 magic sticks out of 5.
Yeah. I like this episode a lot too. It's not up there. I agree with Steff, like high in the ranking, but this is one I would willingly go back and rewatch. Yeah. It's fast paced. It's a lot more fast paced than the last one we watched. Mm-hmm. So like I had less time to think about it, I suppose. Yeah. Of course, there's, like, the few gems that stick out to me. Like, Rory, like, fighting the cat. And then, like, just walking past, and they're just like, what is going on? And then the guy's getting hit by the truck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Their shoes were just left behind.
Yeah, they got turned to dust, but, like, their sandals were just sitting on the road.
That's my favorite joke, honestly, in any media ever.
When, like, an old, like, time travel thing, like, person shows up, and then they don't know that cars exist, and then they get run over.
Yeah.
And their shoes are left behind.
Yeah.
And the shoes.
Exactly.
It should have been, like, a bone, like, 2 bones.
Yeah!
Sticking out of the shoes.
That'd be really
just got
funny.
Ripped off from the...
Yeah. Oh, God.
That'd be really
like,
funny.
Like, that one guy that was hit by that car, remember? The guy got hit by 3 different cars, and then
his
brain was... We don't even
This
is dramatic.
Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, wait, no, I forgot.
Stories from real life.
Yeah.
Stories from real life. A guy, his feet were still in the shoes. Yeah. And his brain was, like, miles away.
Yeah.
His brain was gooped on the highway.
It was literally a pile of, like, roadkill on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
I like the character moments between Sarah and the mummy guy, Hottie.
Those were kind of cute.
They were really cute. And then Ethan, of course, being the loose.
Sarah and Ethan. No,
exactly.
He could have given her that poem.
Yeah, he could have. He didn't have to tear it up. He could have saved it for later. Mm-hmm. But
when I laid down there, I was like,
they would have been a cute throuple, if I think about it.
Yeah, they would have. If you say something so bold yet so true.
What? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I'm wrong.
She floated down
a bubble
dog.
I was gonna do the "Why are you booing? I'm right."
Yeah, exactly. Can you add that one in post, just like the meme of it?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thanks.
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
But yeah, they would have been a cute throuple if Ethan wasn't a coward.
If he was cool.
If he was cool like me. Okay. But yeah, I like this episode a lot. Benny is a strange creature.
Yeah, I would agree.
He's so interesting.
Yeah, he's a creature.
He's really fascinating.
I'm studying him in his little enclosure and feeding him lettuce.
Freak.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're a freak.
You're a freak.
A little nasty boy.
I have him in a petri dish, and I'm looking at him through the
microscope.
Yeah, exactly.
I occasionally feed him lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna give...
I occasionally feed him pancreas.
What a freaky little creature.
In lasagna.
Yes. But I'm gonna give this episode probably a 3 out of 5 as well. I'm gonna give it 3 low rendered bugs out of 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna do that one, but I forgot.
Really?
I'm glad you did it.
Yay!
Okay, now...
Oh.
Now it's time for quampies.
Quampies.
Let's get into quampies. Okay, I'll read the first question out.
Okay.
Slay.
Oops. Okay, where's the one that I wanted to read first? Okay, this one is a serious question, okay? And I'm ready to read it out, okay? So, first question by Anonymous. If Season 3 of mbav existed, then what storylines would you like to happen?
Oh, that's interesting.
What do you guys think? Because I know mine. I think I'm thinking...
I'm still for a body swap.
A body swap episode, yeah. Here's my... And I think everyone can agree with me when I say... Benica plotline.
Benica plotline.
Also, commit to the Sarathan.
Yeah.
Commit to
Can
the
we have
Sarah
a
and
Rory
Ethan.
episode?
And a full Rory episode where all 4 of them are gone and it's just Rory the entire time.
Sorry,
the others get treated as the background.
Exactly.
characters.
They're just like trapped somewhere and Rory does everything.
Yeah.
And he's with Evelyn and everything's nice.
Yes.
Everything's
He's
good.
with Evelyn and Jane.
And Jane.
It's the side character's moment to shine.
Yeah.
I already know what your answer would be. I'm just gonna assume for you.
Can you explain, please?
Doug Falconhawk Part 2.
No, actually.
What's yours?
I had to think about that.
But that is
actually.
one,
So you're
though.
saying you don't want Doug Falconhawk Part 2?
That'd be iconic, actually. Just
That
Pranksy versus Doug Falconhawk.
Yes,
Yeah.
Pranksy versus Doug
Doug
Falconhawk. I want it so bad. We kind of listed all the good ones.
Yeah.
Do you have any other ones? If it's okay if you don't, because we're like...
I was trying to find that one ask that we did where we, like,
You said like a
or-
Jumanji type beat.
Yeah,
Jumanji. Okay, so yeah, Jumanji.
Hold on,
yeah.
I could find the ask like really quick.
Yeah.
That's a
You
really
wanna
great
know how?
one. Recording. Okay. Next question. Wait. Oh God. Okay. Sorry. We skipped that one. Okay. Next question, also from Anonymous. What do you think happened to Sarah, Erica, and Benny's parents since we never see their family? Here's the thing. We do know that Benny has Evelyn, his grandma, of course, and we know that his dad exists. He's mentioned his dad before. He's like, let me get my dad's toolkit, and like my dad's on the dating scene, so I have this magazine of his.
Yeah. I like the headcanon that his parents are divorced.
Yeah.
And that he's like living with his grandma.
Yeah, maybe he has only one he really has contact with is his dad.
It's his dad, yeah. And doesn't have contact with his mother at all.
Yeah.
And then Erica, we see her at least once have a conversation with her mom.
Yeah.
And her mom's asking her when she's gonna come home because it's pretty late at night.
Yeah.
And she's out stalking, looking for some food. So we know she at least has a mom,
Yeah.
right? And in the next episode, we see Rory's mother as well.
Yeah. I like the headcanon that my headcanon is that Rory has 2 moms.
Yeah, I do like the headcanon as well. I don't think they ever mentioned him having a father.
Yeah.
Also, the other headcanon I liked a lot is that he's like one of like many siblings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like either the oldest or like the youngest, you know? I would say he's the oldest.
Yeah.
And that there's like 5 other like small
feral,
children.
blonde children.
Like, yeah, exactly. That would be great. So, but then as for Sarah, we literally get no mention of any sort of parental figure whatsoever. The only time, remember, is in the first episode. She says, my aunt gave me this car.
Yeah.
So, I just from that one statement alone, I'm like, okay, she lives with her aunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She lives with her aunt, and that's it, you know?
She has no parents.
Her parents died in a car crash.
On a bridge.
She on a bridge, falling into the ocean, and she lives with her aunt
The
now.
most casual tornado came and went.
Yeah, exactly. That's the plot of Vampire Diaries. Main character Elena.
Really?
Yeah, her parents die in a car crash, and she ends up living with her aunt Jenna.
Yeah.
So Sarah
And then
has
she
the
later
same
gets
background,
turned into a vampire.
and that means she has a younger brother as well,
Yes.
who is useless to the plot, which is
Yeah.
why we never see him.
Yes.
Cause like, cause I'm trying to. Yeah. So would like Erica and like Benny be the only child?
Yeah, I would say they're
Yeah.
both only children.
And then then Sarah and Ethan have one sibling each, and
But
then
one younger sibling each.
and then Rory's
has like 5
Yeah,
younger
5.
siblings. I like to think what happened.
They're all older siblings.
What I like to think what happened is that Rory and his mother, the mom we do see, I forgot her name. I might be blanking her name. I'll remember it later. She had Rory with somebody. Yeah. You know, she got pregnant and then she married her wife. Yeah. And they had a child. They induced pregnancy. What is it called? Yeah. Like the
IVF.
Yeah. And she ended up having quintuplets.
Yes.
And so they have 5 twins.
I love that.
5 little kids all the same age running around. Because that's the plot of a Disney Channel original movie called Quints with Kimberly J. Brown from Halloween Town.
Oh, wow.
Where she's like an only child and then her mom becomes pregnant with quintuplets.
Yeah.
And she's like 13. So that's my headcanon. Anyways, next question. Oh. Wait. Do you think Erica's mom's a single mom? Or maybe she has like a distant corporate father who's not there for her, like Jade from Victorious.
Oh, I would say yeah.
She has like a very suit and tie, like boring, like CEO kind of father.
Dad.
Yeah. And so she's just like left to her own devices, and he doesn't care for her. Yeah. Daddy issues, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I'm trying to say that Erica has daddy issues. Yeah. Okay.
That's a joke we didn't talk about, I think. It's like the mummy issue.
Oh, yeah! That was a bad joke, and that was from Erica, too.
New headcanon, Benny and Erica, like, bond over
They have daddy issues! Yeah!
They bond over their parental issues.
I love that. It's so good.
Just like me, for real. just like all of us.
Yeah. All of us.
Oof, okay. Yeah. I want to do a headcanon episode of the podcast. The people who have asked us for our headcanons, we're going to do a full episode on that when we finish the show.
Yeah, because we have to actually write them down. We can't just go off the top.
Because we've given so much already out just in this one section. So we need them fully. Yeah. We need a full organized moment. Okay. Yeah. So next question, final question.
I'm gonna make a PowerPoint for you guys. No,
exactly. We do need to make a PowerPoint.
I have PowerPoint.
That'll be great.
And you will be getting PowerPoint.
I'm getting PowerPoint, so we'll work on it.
PowerPoint.
So
I can use Google Slides.
Yeah. So final question. This is not an anonymous question. It's by Presumably Deceased.
Uh-oh.
So Presumably Deceased asked, do any of you guys watch House of Anubis? It seems like something y'all would be into. Have you guys
never heard of it?
You guys have never heard of House of Anubis?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh my gosh!
What is that?
It's a Nickelodeon show that I'm pretty sure is from the UK, or it might be American, but most of the cast is from the UK, except for the main character. She plays Yasmin in the Bratz live-action movie. There's a lot happening. So it's basically like a mystery kind of children's show.
I feel like I've heard of it, maybe.
It's a classic. Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I've never heard of this before in my
life. It's a Nickelodeon show that aired around Victorious times, which is probably why this person asked this.
2013.
Yeah. And it's basically solving there's this girl goes missing. And then this American girl comes in to take her place.
This American girl.
No, literally every episode, she's like, "I'm American, by the way." She has to make it clear that she's American. It's trust me, it's a lot, and it's very much
we can do that for the podcast next.
Honestly, I would love to. Can we please talk about House of Anubis? Oh my god,
I've never heard of this show before.
I can't believe you guys have never heard of House of Anubis. It's iconic.
It's what was I doing in 2012?
Iconic. You were watching Gravity Falls.
Yeah,
you were too busy on the Disney Channel. Yeah, because it was on Nickelodeon, and it's very telenovela kind of style filming. So it's and the camera quality is so low, and the drama is so high. It's amazing. Basically, they live in this dorm. It's basically like a college, but they're in high school, and there's mysteries they have to solve. Yeah, it's like boarding school.
Okay, and so I was watching Gravity Falls and My Little Pony at this time.
Yeah,
Netflix,
so y'all missed on House of Anubis. I don't know how it ends. I've only seen a few episodes. I only vaguely remember sort of the plot elements. So for your answer your question, yes, I have. No, they haven't.
Yeah.
I feel like
I want to talk about that show so bad. Oh my gosh. I'm so down. I bet it's on Paramount Plus.
I think it might be.
Because it's from Nickelodeon. It was aired on Nickelodeon. Mm. It was originally a Dutch show that aired in the Netherlands, and then they remade an English language version of it. So we're totally gonna watch that. Thank you.
And I have Paramount, so
yeah.
Yes, exactly. So thank you, Presumably Dead, for asking such a marvelous question. Okay, that's all. Thanks for the quampies, for us to ampy. Thank you for listening to the Vampy Wampy Campy Podcast. Make sure to subscribe or leave a lampy, and send us some more quampies for us to ampy.
We are insufferable.
Very much so. Make sure to take down your tent and put out your fire, or else
Smokey Bear is gonna come and
take you into the underworld.
Again.
Yeah,
again.
But this time through the Egyptian process.
Yeah. Yes.
This
Ancient
time,
Egyptian process, instead of through a door in the floor.
This time because of romance.
Yes.
Underworld romantic.
Yes.
And he's also gonna mummify your cat.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Make sure to put out that fire, or else Smokey the Bear's gonna mummify your cat.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Late. THX. Late.